So the Thrustmaster has came out with some really cool and realistic flight sim equipment, like the Thrustmaster Warthog HOTAS, the Thrustmaster Pendular Rudders, or TPR. The functionality and quality of their products has been bar none. And then there's the yoke. Okay, so we're talking about the Thrustmaster Yoke, the TCA, or Thrustmaster Civil Aviation Yoke. Now, this was supposed to be designed to replicate and feel of a floor-mounted yoke on your desktop. I want to talk a little bit about the build quality, the functionality, and some things where I feel that Thrustmaster and their products has really thrived. And like when you buy a Thrustmaster product, you're like, wow, this is some really high quality stuff. Thrustmaster Warthog, the Pendular Rudders. Speaking of the Pendular Rudders, they are built pretty good. However, they're pendular, so I thought, I was looking at the reviews and I was like, okay, let me go ahead and try this out. It's Thrustmaster, right? You can't go wrong with Thrustmaster. And I've been using them for a while, and they work really good, except for when you're braking. And at a normal aircraft, you're not normally doing this with your feet. You're not going up and down. You're normally going back and forth when you're braking. You don't really notice that too much when you're just using the rudders as normal, like when you have your toes off the brakes and you're just steering down the runway. Works perfectly. When you're braking, that's when I feel like, what aircraft, where do they replicate this from? In a real aircraft, they slide back and forth. Now, I fly the CRJ, so I mean, I can just go off of that, and I've flown other aircraft too, but there's not one aircraft that I have ever flown where the rudders are doing this number. They're going back and forth. Like I said, you don't really notice that much when you're just when you're not using the brakes. It's just, I don't know. But anyway, back to the yoke. So going back to the build quality, I really didn't like this yoke so much that I didn't even do this review with it installed on my flight sim, as you can see. So I just put it on the counter here. Let's go ahead and look at the website here. Lots of good information. Supposed to be 1-to-1 scale of the ergonomic replica of the 787 airliner. What I really like about this, which is unique to any other yoke that's out there, all the other yokes are straight back and forth. They don't have that simulated yoke feel where the yoke is actually coming up from the ground. So when you're pulling back, you get that pendular motion, which no other yoke has have. So that is really good on Thrustmaster's part. But as far as that goes, I think that's where all the positivity stops, at least for me, from an airline pilot's perspective, and I'm going to tell you why. First of all, when I first got this, I thought that the gear was broken because it wobbled so much to the point where I thought it was going to come off. Like, I thought the packing material or the packaging material was off, or so, I don't know if something was wrong with it. But no, I did. Then I went on YouTube and I did some other reviews, and it was the same thing. Now, I'm not gonna really go into too much in depth on the review of this product because there's so many other reviews on YouTube as it is already. But what I really wanted to show you guys is what I thought of this. There has to be a point where this product had to come off of the assembly line through a bunch of quality inspectors, and that really made it through. I mean, the gear doesn't even go all the way into the yoke assembly. It's like hanging out, and you can see the little metal piece in there. Like, really? Thrustmaster, come on. Why in the world, if you're going to spend $400 on a yoke, why would you have an integrated gear handle on there to begin with? If you're going to spend $400, most likely you're already going to have your own gear assembly. If you're going to spend $400 on a yoke, you're probably already going to have your throttle assembly. So why they put an axis in the very front of the yoke, that's another thing that just baffles me anyway. The triggers on the yoke, I don't know if they have travel on there, but I do know that they have a click on there. I know on the Xbox controllers it has an axis where you can pull all the way down and then go all the way up. There's no real button. It's just an axis. On the and I actually I have it right here. On the back of this, I don't know if you can see it, but it's a oh, I don't want to mess up my. It just clicks. It's just, that's it. It just clicks. There's no axis on there. I don't think this is meant for like. I don't think this is like meant for PC. I think this is mainly geared for Xbox. And maybe that's why they have a gear lever on there. Maybe that's why they have the throttle on there, which is understandable. But for PC, it's like, I don't know. Anyway, another thing that I really don't like about it is I think it's too high. When you're sliding it into your desktop, I mean, a yoke is more traditionally down lower, but this is like really high. So it just feels kind of awkward when you're actually grabbing it, moving back and forth. When you're moving it back and forth, there is a really noticeable detent when you're in the middle. When you're back and forth like that, it's like a clunk, like right in the middle. However, when you're rolling left and right, it's really buttery smooth. Another thing I really didn't like about the clip. Why in the world would you not have this functional? We're paying $400 for this thing, and the clip doesn't even work. Seriously. But there is an add-on that you can go to. I believe you can go to Etsy, link that you can go to, and you can get that for another $50 probably. There's one from Australia that you can buy. But if you're spending $400, why would you want to spend another $50 for an add-on that Thrustmaster should have done in the first place? I have a bone to pick with them because I like Thrustmaster. I've been loving Thrustmaster, especially with their Warthog and their products. And then this yoke. And then then they have a side earphone jack on the side. So I mean, this has to be just for primarily for Xbox. Obviously, you got the Xbox thing right there. There's the axes for the throttles or whatever you want to use them for. But why would you have them there if you're spending $400 on a product? I mean, come on. But anyway, that and many other reasons is why I'm going to return this. Is it for you? Maybe, but just know that the quality, I mean, I don't know if it's going to be built to last. I haven't really had it that long. I don't know if that gear handle is going to last that long. I have no idea from how much it's wobbling. You got to get the extra the clip for the notepad clip in the front. Why would they do that? I have no idea. Thrustmaster, I hope they make another one, or I hope another manufacturer comes out with something a little bit better. Maybe this is like a good pathfinder for other airliner yokes, because this is a really good idea. I really like that it really feels like the yoke is mounted to the floor, which is great. There's just some obvious things that were missed, which is kind of making me like, really, Thrustmaster? Anyway, is it for you? Sure. Xboxers, sure. But PCs, for me personally, as an airline pilot, I would have to say no on this. And I would just wait until another product comes out and then just review that one. Anyway, thanks for watching. Till next time, I'll see you guys in the next video.